but one side's tighter is because it's being used more. So enjoy the process, try and get stronger. All right, come in, do the right things, and you'll see the muscle grow. Is that people try and take shortcuts. So they look at someone with an amazing physique online, a lot of these influencers, all right, and they're just coming into the gym, they don't want to work hard, they start taking steroids.
كل واحد يفهم على جسمه ويعرف شو اللي يناسبه، فهو مختار شيء فعلا يناسبه. نفس ما ملخص على السريع ما في اليوم في الموتر، بتمرن انا وربيعي، بتشوفون تمرين انا وياه. طبعا هو ما شاء الله اكسبيرينس 12 سنه، انا مبتدئ، راح تشوفون الفرق الحين. فوارم اب كل شيء خلصت، على طول بنبدا تمرين صدر فلاي. طبعا الرجال الحين هو بفترة كت، يقول من زمان هو بفترة كت، ما شاء الله عليه، جسمه عضلات كل شيء. شوفوا شوي قبضته كانت غير، الحين رد عدلها. صراحة ما بفتي، يعني ما بعلمك كل واحد طريقة تمرينه. فرصتك يوم يكون حد وياك ممكن تتحمس أكثر وتسوي شوي وزن أكثر، أو تفكر إنه يكون تكنيك مالك أوكي سوا حق نفسك، أو تبى تراوي إن تكنيكك أوكي. ما شاء الله حلو، يعني تتمرن بهدوء بتركيز، يكون في اتنشن اكثر للعضله. Nice. Nobody like this exercise.
This one?
Yeah.
But you do it free weights, you don't do it Smith, huh?
Yeah, but anyways, all the people, they don't like it. Smith or this one, give them any exercise, but not this one.
People don't like compounds.
Yeah.
So how much? What's the weight?
شوف حمست الآن. Okay, make the exercise, not just like this. Like, no, this.
Rows, bro. Rows.
Do like this. Yeah. African bloods. Leave it. It's okay, not bad. Position ما شاء الله perfect. بس وايد سريع. بس تشوف فرق التنفس بين اللي بفترة بلك كارديولك عليه وبين اللي بفترة كت هو عنده كارديو دايما. ف الهارت ريت التنفس عنده وايد اعلى. ف هاي يمكن من الاشياء تعاني فيها شوي في البلك. نايس.
I'm taking lower rest and I'm doing the same weight for the same amount of reps, meaning I'm getting stronger. I can handle the same weight but with less rest. So I use it as a form of progression. Because usually what do people do? They use more reps and more weight to measure their progress. But if you can take lower rest and do the same weight, meaning that you're getting stronger, right? You can handle the same weight with less rest.
Both ways are right.
Both are right.
Yeah.
So you can use this because you can't always increase the weight.
Yeah, right.
You can't always increase the reps.
So you make it with the
Unless
pressure.
you're on steroids, right? So
Okay.
you can try and reduce the rest so you can overload the body. You know? That's a tip for one of the viewers as well. If they want to use it. Some of the viewers.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
If you want to translate.
Yeah, of course.
So that's an idea that you can use to try and progress. Always try and increase your work capacity. You know, the capacity or the duration that how much work you can do in this set period.
Yeah.
So that's called work capacity. So if they can do more work in less time, meaning you're getting better. More endurance, more stamina, more muscle, better recovery for the muscle.
يقول لك انا سالته عن موضوع البريك، فياسي يقول لي انه مثلا ياخذ من 3 دقائق تقريبا، دقيقتين 3 دقائق على حسب التمرين حسب الوزن. فيقول لك في طريقتين، انك مثلا اذا كانت اوزانك عاليه وفيها ريبيتات عاليه فتزيد نسبه البريك عندك، يعني لمده 5 دقائق 6 يعني تقريبا. اما اذا انت مو بكل جلسه تزيد الوزن، ومو دائما الريبيتس يزيد عندك، يعني تقريبا تكون نفس الريبيتس او تبدا تقل. فيقول انا اعوضها في وقت الراحه، ان اخلي البريشر يتم طول الجوله. فبما اني ما اقدر مثلا ازيد وزن او ازيد ريبيتات، اقصر من وقت الراحه، فتوتالي بالاخير بيكون عدد جلسات ويا قله الراحه بريشر اكثر. وهالشيء ممكن على المدى الطويل يخلي الريكفري عندك اسرع. ليش؟ لانك متعود على الهاي بريشر بين التمارين، ما في هذاك البريك الطويل. فالطريقتين صح، يعني انك مثلا تاخذ بريك طويل او انه تاخذ بالعكس تقصر من البريك وتكمل على تمرينك مع تقلل الوزن او تقلل ريبيتس. كان محدثكم المترجم ترانزليتر احد. فيها السابعة بس فيها عيد. I think it's done. تقول عن الموضوع انه انا اسوي هالوزن والبطء في التمرين، وهاي يقول شيء وايد اوكي، يعني مقارنة كيف يكون عليك الكارديو صعب، فشيء وايد صعب. فترة البالك هو فعلا وايد صعب. الحمد لله. Trust your process. ما شاء الله ما يبين عليه التعب. الهارت ريت عنده مولع. I'm saying like he doesn't even look tired. ما شاء الله.
So that's the thing. That's what I was talking about. It's just work capacity. You know?
Yeah.
If you can like train your body to be under pressure, a lot of pressure for more amounts of time, it gets used to it. So you're just overall work capacity just goes up.
It's like you tuning yourself.
Tuning, yeah. More horsepower.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you just tune yourself to be able to do more work. So over time, like you said in Arabic, that leads to you over time gaining more muscle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And also being fitter.
هي نفس يقول لك سالفة التعويد، يعني تعود نفسك على شيء عقب راح يستوي وايد سهل. فنفس ما تشوف مثلا سواء كان سريع في الريبيتات او اي شيء، بالاخير نفسه طويل. ليش؟ لانه متعود على هالشيء، مو بسنه ولا سنتين، سنين هو متعود على هالبروسيس او هالنظام ماله. فيعرف كيف يتعامل، يعني كل واحد يفهم على جسمه ويعرف شو اللي يناسبه، فهو مختار هالشيء فعلا يناسبه. نفس ما تشوف ريال تنفس كل شيء بعده فريش تحسه. Let's go to next.
Done.
I talked about it before about I couldn't do just one leg. It's better to know which one is not strong and the other is weak, because when you do it always double, you don't know which one is the weak. And about the balancing, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah. What else?
What I used to face back in the day when I first started is that when you do double, obviously, you know, day-to-day life, the way we sit in the car, the way we sit, we're either leaning one side or the other side, or even just walking, we walk differently, you know, and stuff like that. So what happens is like, usually one side is tighter than the other side, and one side is stronger. So what I would face with my whole body, not just my legs, my arms and even my chest and everything, because it's a chain.
Even shoulders, yeah.
So what would happen was one side of my body would be bigger, and you could see it like proper, arms bigger and stuff like that. So when I started to then do unilateral, like one side at a time for everything, I could tell that okay, there was a clear difference. Like one side could only do 8 reps and the other side could do 10. So when I started to do them the same way with the same focus and the same speed and tempo, I saw over time that my whole body started to balance itself out, and the pain also reduced. So when one side's tighter, like you'll be in pain as well. Your back's going to be in pain, your neck's going to be in pain, and stuff like that. So it just makes the whole body much more balanced. And you know, one of the reasons why one side's tighter is because it's being used more. So overuse. The other side is not doing as much work. That's why other side's tighter. The side that's doing more work is tighter than the other side.
especially the
You've got to
people,
really focus on it.
especially the people driving the manual. Yeah.
Exactly.
اكستنشن تقريبا هو يسوي نفس الطريقة اللي أنا أسويها، يا أنه يكون سنجل أول جلستين أو أول جلسة والثالثة تكون دبل، فبنسوي نفس الشيء.
Because just one side of the body was taking over and is becoming more muscular, becoming stronger, and the other side is not. So
Right.
you've got to focus on unilateral to make sure that your body's on the same level both ways, and to avoid injuries and imbalances and pain and stuff like that. Even when in school, when people are in school, kids are in school, they hold the bag on one side.
Yeah.
So you'll notice that this side becomes much more tight because it's always carrying all the weight.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
so. Same thing goes for all of the lifting. Everyone has one dominant side. That's why they ask
right.
which side's stronger,
Yeah.
right or left.
That's right. Yeah.
So it's only very recently that I started to focus on unilateral, and it made a big difference in terms of the size and in terms of just the overall. Like I said, I don't feel as tight in my hips as well as my back and stuff like that. Because your hips get tight, then that causes abdominal imbalance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everything is like a chain because it's connected to the spine. The whole thing. This whole thing.
Especially with the core,
exactly,
yeah.
The core. Then the core becomes weak as well.
Yeah. Of course.
And then
It's the biggest issue.
You'll always be leaning on one side.
Yeah.
So I think it's very important for the viewers to understand.
Yeah.
That. I think we should translate and make them understand honestly why we do what we do.
Yeah. عن موضوع اللي هو يوم اسوي سنجل ليج بشكل عام او باغلب التمارين، يمكن ليش الشيء ضروري. فناس ما قال انت وايد في حياتك او في الانشطه اليوميه، حسب اذا كنت تسوق او تروح المدرسه او ايا كان، دائما تستخدم جانب اكثر عن جانب. مثلا انت في الموتر دائما مثلا ريلك اليمين تشتغل ريس بريك، ايدك اليمين دائما مثلا تحرك الجير تمسك السكان. تشتغل في مكتب مثلا تقعد على الكمبيوتر دائما او تكتب تستخدم ايدك اليمين. هاي مع الوقت راح تشكل فارق، كأنك يعني تخيل تروح الجيم عم تسوي بس يد اليمين. فنفس الشيء في الحياة اليومية، إذا أنت وايد تستخدم جهة ثانية، يا أنها بتكون أضعف أو اللي تستخدمها ممكن تكون أضعف، لأنه دائما يكون عليها البريشر. فنحن نحاول نسوي بالانس، لأن الجسم بشكل عام كأنه سلسلة واحدة، فأي غلط في أي مكان بيأثر على الثاني. يعني نفترض أن عندك مثلا دائما تستخدم الكتف اليمين مثال، أو تحس فيه عوار، فلا إراديا ممكن تتكي على هاي الجهة، فداخير هاي الجهة بعد راح يصير فيها نوع من الويكنس أو ضعف. أنت ضعفت في هاي الجهة المقابلة بالعكس، فالجسم راح يكون أبدا يعني مو متزن. فدائما تلاقي الواحد مثلا يوم يبغى يوقف عدل شيء بالغلط، مرات يميل مو متزن. فعلى كثرة التمارين انك تحاول تسوي بالانس. like one of the reasons why I do it or how I do it, it's I try like which one is the weak. So I do, let's say this side I'll do 8 repeats and this one 10. So what I do, I just work out with the weak one. I do 8.
Exactly,
yeah, until this one it's become like close to this one, then I make more repeats for. يعني أنا مثلا عن طريقتي، هو نفس هاي طريقته مثلا في الريول، يعود الريل التعبانة ليه ما تسوي نفس الثانية. فأنا أسوي نفس الشيء، بس إنه شو تكلمت عن هالشيء قبل. مثلا الجهة اللي تعبانة أبدأ فيها وأشوف كم ريبيتس أوصل فيها، بعدين أسوي الثانية. خلينا نقول بعد سنة مثلا أنت تتمرن تقريبا تمرنهم ويا بعض نفس الشيء، فبالأخير شكل العضلات القوة راح تكون نفس الشيء. نفس ما قال إنه في ناس تلاقي مثلا عضلة الصدر اليمين شوي أكبر عن اليسار، الباي شوي شكلها غير، الشيب مالها غير. فهذا شيء طبيعي من هاي الأشياء اللي تستوي بالأنشطة العادية، مو بس إنه يكون مثلا شيء من الجينات، فمن طريقة حركتك. فوايد ناس ليش يكون الشكل عندهم معتدل وايد؟ لأنه يمرن هاي الأشياء أو يتمرن بطريقة صحيحة إنه يعادلهم. If you think about it, why you do it, it will give you more results.
Yeah.
It's actually focusing on which muscle.
You know, honestly, it depends on which way you do it and how you position your leg as well. What I've noticed is, obviously, everyone's biomechanics are different, right? Everyone's body moves differently, and some people, the way I do an exercise, for example, the way I do it, you may not feel it.
Yeah.
In the muscle in the same way I feel it. So, for example, with this exercise, over the years that I've been training, I've always did it a bit differently, and it's hit me a bit differently as well, depending on what changes I made. So if you do it, for example, like this, if you rotate your foot outwards like this, I feel it more in my VMO here. You know, if my foot's outwards. If I do it inwards, I feel it more here.
Out, yeah.
You know. So now what I do is I just try and keep it straight.
Balance, yeah.
You know, and it's also about with the machine on where your load is. These things are a bit more, you know, advanced, but the way you're pushing the machine. So some people, they push it straight.
Yeah.
They really put it up. You want to go with the way the machine moves to get the best contraction in a way. So I do it like I feel where the load is on which part of my leg, and I try and push with that. Like I try and push this way with this part of the leg.
You control the way you push, yeah.
So that everything hits the muscle a bit differently. I think that just comes with experience, you know.
Yeah.
For people, but what I think is it's very important. Another thing that guys do, and you know this, is they love to train the show muscles.
Yeah.
So they love to train the upper body because you can see it, and the girls like it and everything like that. So with legs, it's very important not to skip, because in the first 2 or 3 years I was training, I skipped a lot of legs. So it's not just about how the legs look, whether they're big or small, but it's that if you train the upper body a lot and you don't train your legs, again, it goes back to the point where your hips become tight, and that leads to many issues even in the upper body. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like the functional training, over time
your body can't take weights anymore.
Yeah, so over time you realize that functional training is super important. You know, how your body functions with your training, or because of your training. It's not just about then how your body looks, your legs are big or not. Half of the times you'll see...
Yeah, the body give you what you give him. It's not about...
Plus, you know how half of the times you'll see a lot of these people, athletes or even lifters, that aren't really big, but they're very strong. Because their body can perform better than the size the body has. Or more than the
like
size.
the weightlifters.
Like you'll be surprised, some of these guys, they're very small, tight, but they'll be lifting big weight because the body is strong. You know, hips are strong, core is strong. All of the right muscles, the functional muscles are strong.
They're working on just strength and power lift.
See other big guys, when you ask them to do...
طبعا كنا نتكلم عن الريول للأسف بندت الكاميرا لأن موضوع ريول وايد مهم، فراح الكلام ولا كان فيه زاب وايد. فبشكل عام كل واحد كان يقول إنه ليش أو شو اللي خلاه وايد يهتم في الريل. مثلا هو شكله، قالنا مثلا في شخصية في الكرتون كانوا يشبهوني فيه. يعني ما أقول لك إنه تعقدنا الشيء، بس إنه كان دافع إنه يبدأ ريول. أنا قلت له مثلا إن حسيت وايد في القوة يوم بديت في الريول، غير الشكل طبعا. وكان يقول لي عن بنت إنه مرتين تتمرن ريولها كبار، جسمها كل شيء أوكي، ما تجي إصابات، تمرن الكور بشكل مكثف يمكن في الأسبوع. هي مرتين يمكن تتمرن جيم، الباقي يكون اللي هو البلاتس نفس ما قال التمرين. ممكن طلعوا على جوجل وايد يخص الكور والجسم بشكل عام حتى ويا الأبر بادي. فبالأخير لما يكون الكور وهاي الأماكن والريول قوية الجسم بشكل عام راح يكون صحي أكثر، هيلثي. فبالأخير إلا ما يصير عندك عضلات ما دام تتمرن أي شيء. مو بنفس يوم يكون جسمك تعبان بس تسوي أبر بادي ما في عندك هالجروث اللي يك مثلا من اللور بادي أو هاي الأماكن اللي تساعد يصير عندك مثلا ارتفاع في تعدل مستوى الهرمونات، تسترون أو أي شيء. فبالأكيد هاي الأشياء تعطيك باور، تعطيك صحة للجسم، انزيمات بشكل عام، كل شيء يتحسن عندك. فموضوع الريول مو بس تمرين، هو لياقة وصحة أهم من إنه موضوع شكل. يعني حتى اللي ما يحاتي في الشكل لكن كباور وقوة مدى بعيد الريل هي أهم شيء. الأبر بادي عمره ما ينفعك، يعني لو كبرت في السن ما بيسوي لك شيء، مو بنفس اللي من تحت الكور والريل.
And another thing is that with the weak core and weak lower body, it affects how strong you are on the upper body as well. Like if you've got a weak core, you won't be able to shoulder press that much, you won't be able to bench press that much, you won't be able to squat that much. So that is all linked to how strong your core is. So because of that, it's very important again that your body is more than just the size and the way it looks, it's functional, it's healthy, functionally. So these things matter a lot because it affects, like I said, it's a chain reaction, you know, it's like a ball. As the ball grows, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So one issue or one weak point in your body can kind of cause like a domino effect.
Yeah.
And that makes your whole one side weaker than the other, and you're not going to make the same amount of gains that you could make on the upper body if you've got a strong core. So strong core means that you know what, you can bench more. On the dumbbells as well, you'll stabilize more.
Yeah.
You'll be more stable. You'll be able to overhead press much more weight because you're standing, right? So
Yeah.
it's all your core and your glutes and this whole thing. So it's very, very important, and especially the guys, they need to understand this because they don't focus on anything besides arms. Usually, arms,
Chest.
shoulders, chest. That's
Yeah.
it. You know, even the back, no one gives a shit.
Yeah.
You know, so it's very important for people, and even for the girls. If there's any girls watching that, don't just train lower body. You know what I mean? If any girls watch this,
بنات مو بس فخذ وخلاص.
yeah,
جسم كامل.
yeah. Don't just train the lower body. Train the whole body. So that way, tomorrow, even in your old age,
Yeah.
you don't face any issues. You see people walking differently because
This is
their
the point,
muscles are
yeah.
too tight and they're fucked now. So that's the thing.
This is the big point.
Exactly.
I always, when I talk about the core, even like because I was doing in my first schedule, I was doing like one exercise for the core,
Yeah.
like plank and these things,
Yeah.
and I do the farmer walk.
Yeah.
It's in the beginning you felt easy,
Yeah.
but like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you will feel like you are so weak
Yeah.
because you don't do core.
Yeah.
But of course, if you take long time and you do it, all what you said like about the chest and shoulders, whatever, you will take more weights, more weights.
Yeah, over time
Yeah.
you'll look much better as
Yeah.
well. Because
Of
more
course.
heavy lifting means that you're going to get bigger
Yeah.
over time. So don't just train, you know, just to show muscles. I know it's boring to train the other things, but it's very important to train them for the guys and for the girls, because guys, they, like we said, they focus only on the upper body. Girls only on the lower body. They just want to build their glutes, and we just want to build our, you know, 2-3 muscles.
بالضبط عكس بعض بناتي يسوون تحت مع بس يسوون فوق.
You gotta really focus on the whole body, so that way, because you're spending so much time in the gym, right? And if you only end up building 2-3 muscles and you damage your body alongside it, in the long run, there's no point of it. Your whole life you're going to be training
صح.
the wrong way. What's the point? You know, so we gotta make sure that we're the right.
يعني بتتم طول حياتك انت بس تكبر شوي اللي فوق واصابات وتعب من دون ما يكون في قوه انك ياس طورتها سويت له بر بادي مو معناته جسمك ياس يقوى في مناطق اوكي عضلات بتقوى اساس الجسم مو بقوي تعبان اللي هو الكور اللور بادي والباك الباك حتى يمكن بعد من اهميه هاي الاشياء واغلب الشباب يسحبون عليه او يمرنون الباك just for like the show the back they don't know or they don't do the back for that like to get more strength to make the body like stronger body because everything on the back so it's not just about let's do some lats and that's it.
Another thing is that, you know, everyone needs to understand that not everyone is on the same level. You know, for example, if I've been training for 12 years and someone's just started, they shouldn't try and get to where I am or the weights that I'm lifting in a month. It's not possible to do. And so what I'm trying to say is that you should focus on the right things. You shouldn't ego lift. You shouldn't try and lift the heaviest weight you can with the wrong form, because again, that causes imbalances, that causes injuries, right? And one injury can put you 3-4 months back. So you should always try and focus on the right road to take, which is everyone's on their own level, and don't ego lift. You know, I see a lot of people that they come to the gym and they're so like intimidated by if one guy is doing, you know, 50-60 kgs, they on let's say bench press, they feel intimidated and shy to do let's say 20 kgs per hand, because they're going to be like, oh, you know what, I'm going to be looked at as weak or something like that. But you shouldn't do that, is because in the long run you're going to be much better focusing on your own progress, avoiding and ignoring the noise, you know, because like I said, everyone's on their own path and on their own level. You can't just compare yourselves to someone that has been doing it for 10, 11, 12, 5, 6, 7 years if you're just starting out. So
do it the right way, do it the proper way. These things are very important. And educate yourselves. That's very important as well, you know. Education is very, very important. It's very important because coming in and just doing what you think is right, even though it's wrong, is just gonna, it's like you're staying in the same place and you're just spinning your tires, like a tire of a car. Tires of a car, you're just spinning them, you know, and it's just smoking. So educate, do it the right way, take your own route, don't compare yourselves to someone that is much ahead of you in terms of the time that he's put in, because no one comes in doing everything perfectly. No one comes in with an amazing body, you know. I didn't, and he didn't as well. So it's very important to do it the right way, focus on yourselves, focus on the right path, educate yourself, and take it from there. And always, and don't ever think that you know everything, you know. I've been training for 12 years and I'm still learning. I thought that I reached my peak physical form like a year ago, and I didn't. You know, I'm still growing, and you're always gonna grow. And never look for shortcuts. You know, don't focus on the end product. That's very important nowadays. What I see, and we were talking about this as well, is that people try and take shortcuts. So they look at someone with an amazing physique online. A lot of these influencers, all right, and they're just coming into the gym. They don't want to work hard. They start taking steroids, thinking that they're going to look like them. But that doesn't work like that because so many factors come into play. You've got your genetics, you know, which is a huge, huge factor in the way they look. Secondly, you need to realize that all of these people online, they go through proper photo shoots to get to the pictures that you see online. You know what I mean? It's proper editing, pumps, things that you don't even see, and most of them are on steroids, you know? But the problem with that is that you're going to face a lot of health issues down the line. You know what I mean? So you always gotta make sure that you prioritize hard work instead of trying to take shortcuts, because shortcuts, they just don't work. You gotta be focused on the journey. You need to enjoy the journey. You gotta enjoy coming to the gym, and the body is gonna follow. Enjoy the process, try and get stronger, all right? Come in, do the right things, and you'll see the muscle grow. But if you come in focused on the end result, which is a ripped body, all right, or a huge body, then you'll never get there. It's just going to run away from you, and you're going to damage your health in the process. Same thing with anything in life, even money. You know what I mean? You run after money, you know, and then eventually your brain starts to work in the wrong way, and you start taking shortcuts to get there, and you end up screwing yourself completely. Most of the times you lose all your money. You know what I mean? But if you focus on the right things, what the important things, improvements, all right, and doing things the right way, and the journey, and enjoy it, and it's your passion, it'll all come. So don't focus on the end result. Focus on enjoying the process that it takes to get there, and you will get there.
It's the funniest part.
It's the funniest part, and it's not going to take a month. It's not going to take a year. No way. No way. Unless you've got elite level genetics, plus you're on steroids, only then can you do what you see online in a year. It's going to take you a good 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and above years to get the physique that you have in your brain most of the times, you know? You see him working so hard every day, and he's recording his journey, and we all work very, very hard, and we need to be disciplined, and we got to be thinking about what we're eating the whole day, and you know how much we're lifting, and making sure that we're lifting heavier and heavier every single time and staying consistent. These things are very important. It's like you're making a pizza, for example, right? And at the end of the day, you miss one ingredient, it's not going to taste the same. You know what I mean? So these things are very important, and again, it doesn't just apply to the guys, also the girls, you know? Maybe this video, you know, there's gonna be a lot of girls watching later on, or whomever, you know, it applies to everyone. You gotta focus on the journey, not the end result, because when you chase the end result, it runs further away. So these things are very important, and we've discussed this a lot of times, you know? A lot of these people, they think that steroids is the holy grail, or supplements is going to get them the body, or something else is going to get them the body, but they don't want to just realize that it's hard work.
How long they enjoy after they reach that body?
No, but here's the thing, you know, once you take that shortcut, you kill your body, you kill the function, because your body stops producing naturally the testosterone. It stops producing internally, chemically, and hormonally, you completely kill your body. So it's not going to be good for you in the long run. You're going to eventually also shorten your lifespan. Why?
Actually, like, I feel when you have a normal car, and you put like, let's say, race fuel.
Exactly, and the engine's not tuned for it.
Yeah.
Blows up.
Pistons, everything will go.
Yeah.
It gives you faster, let's say faster speed for, let's say, a few days, but after that it won't go like before.
Yeah. So again, even to tune a car, there's steps. If you want the car to handle more power, you gotta make the engine stronger. There comes a point where you have to upgrade the pistons, upgrade the connecting rods, so that if then you add more power to the engine and you add race fuel, the engine can take it. You know what I mean? Same thing in the gym. You put in more and more work, your body becomes stronger and stronger and stronger, and your muscles become stronger and your tendons become stronger. Half of the times you may have seen people, they take steroids, all of a sudden they become so strong, but the tendon can't keep up. It's not on the same strength level. They're doing a preacher curl, boom, bicep tendon rips and the bicep goes up and then you're fucked. 3, 4, 5 months out of the gym, and now the progress that you made, you put yourself 6 months at the back. Backtrack to yourself 6 months. Same thing with the chest. If your tendons can't handle it and your muscle can, then you're gonna end up screwing your tendon. It's gonna rip from your shoulder, all right, and your chest, and you're gonna have a long vacation. You're gonna have a torn pec. So don't think that these things don't come with a cost. They come with a cost, and 99.9% of the people, they're trying to look at or see steroids as some sort of a magic, or other things that they hear online, or they see their favorite influencer doing. Because when you have someone like yourself or some other natural lifter telling people to hard work, to work hard and to eat right and be consistent, it's boring for them. And when you tell someone it's going to take 5, 10 years, they're going to be like, oh my days. 5, 10 years are going to do it. I need it tomorrow. I need to go, Ibiza tomorrow or next month. How is the quickest I can be as big as possible, as ripped as possible?
It's not a sport. It's just like they have something to do it to show.
Exactly. But anything that you're not really interested in, you won't be able to do for a long time.
Of course.
You know what I mean? If you didn't like doing this, if you didn't like recording, you wouldn't record every single day and put all this time into editing and so on and so forth. So that's with anything in life, for guys and for girls. So
I'll do the shortcut on the videos, just do my body, then I will take the camera, look at my body.
Yeah. So, and again,
Okay, so what after that?
No, but plus, the influencer world has kind of made everything so unrealistic. You also need to realize most of the influencers, that's their job. They get paid for that stuff. You guys don't get, most of the times, the viewer doesn't get paid for it. So you're going to be putting all of this into your body and damaging it for what at the end of the day? Just so other men can look at you. Most of the time it's men. Girls don't even give a shit. Other men look at you and they go like, wow, nice physique. And then 90% of the time you get blamed for steroids anyways. You know what I mean? Yeah. So for what at the end of the day? To damage your body and to shorten your lifespan and to, ruin your future and the future of your family as well. That, your kids are not going to probably have their dad around long enough. What's the point? So it's just much better to focus on the health that comes with it.
Who's expecting the girls come? So the other,
yeah.
The other
You know what? You walk around shirtless, ripped on the beach. Most of the times, girls, even if they like it, you know what? They're not going to come to you straight away most of the times and going to say it, because girls have a big ego, So the guys is going to come and they're going to be like, oh, bro, you know what? How much do you weigh? What are your calories? What's your training split?
No,
so many.
This is the goal, like to fuck my body and my health and everything.
No, completely. And plus, I remember, there's just this fun story, I think we can say these stories, yeah?
Yeah, it's fine.
With the girls and stuff?
Yeah.
Right, so I remember I was with one girl in an elevator, on the Palm, and just left the pool, all right? So going up, so I remember I didn't put on a shirt. I was still in my swimming shorts, and at the time I was really, really lean, like 2 or 3% leaner than what I am now. Probably around 8% body fat, or just because it's a fitness channel. So I was really, really lean, ripped out of my mind, and going up, and there was this guy that came into the lift, So it was me, her, and this guy. I think he was European or something like that. And he was standing there, just looking at me from the side of his eye. And I could tell that he's looking, but I was just busy talking to her. I was like, yeah, all right, whatever. And then the lift opens up to his floor, where he had to get out. And he goes like, so bro, you know what? Great physique, you look really good. How much do you weigh? I was like, bro, I don't know, probably 83, 84 kgs, all right? And Well, the moral of the story is that 90% of the time what you're going to notice is that even though girls, they check you out and stuff like that, yeah, it really helps, but most of the times the sort of attention that you think you're going to get is going to be from guys. It's not going to be from girls, you know. They're going to look at you. This is a fact completely. He was like, yeah, so how much do you weigh for a nice body? I was like, fair enough. But the moral of the story is that you're not going to get you're going to get, female attention, but not in the way that you think most of the times. Because like I said, females are not that overt in showing their admiration, but you're gonna get a lot of guys, coming in and asking you, what your training split is, how long you've been training, what your calories are, and how much you weigh, and so on and so forth. And it'll make you feel good, but not enough, trust me, to shave down 5-10 years off your life, and not enough to screw your hormones and have to be on steroids for your whole life. Because trust me, once your body stops natural testosterone production, which it will if you're on steroids for a long time, then you got to be on steroids for the rest of your life, TRT for the rest of your life. And do you want to do that? And plus, for younger guys, when you're on steroids, it makes you look older, changes your face, makes you look older, gives you acne on your shoulders, on your back, right? Gives you gyno, your natural testosterone stops. Your body is a chain. Your body is a chain, everything just literally goes left, so it's not worth it at the end of the day, at all. So just for 1 or 2 compliments, if you want to do it, unless you're going to be competing, not worth it at all, I think, bro. To be very honest, it's just my 2 cents, good stories and good 1 or 2 cents.
والله كفى ووفى. يعني من الآخر أعطاكم الزبدة. أنا يمكن هاي الأشياء تكلمت عنها قبل، موضوع الستيرويدز، بس هو أعطاك الزبدة. يعني أوكي بتسوي جسم وما أدري شو، بالأخير وايد يستأخذ من عمرك، وايد يستأخذ من صحتك. بهالمجال الجيم مو عشان ستيرويدز، هذا عشان شيء أنت تحبه. ستيرويدز شيء دخيل ما يخص في هاي الرياضة، خلاص دخلت في عالم ثاني. Like let's say the girls when they do surgeries and like to make lips or whatever, they don't look natural anymore.
Exactly.
And they can't live with it in the future. They will feel always, no, I will look like shit, I need to do it again. So the same thing in the gym, like if you start on steroids, you will never feel good if you stop it.
That's a very good point. Actually, with regards to the point that you mentioned, when girls do lip fillers and stuff like that, most of the time, the large majority of men, they don't even like that look. They don't like the unnatural, procedure look. And same thing is for the girls. Girls don't like that mass monster, huge look in the first place. So for men, what they think girls like, most of the time it's not. The female lens of attraction is completely different to what we usually think they like. So they usually like the ripped body. If you're talking about just girls in general, I'm not talking about what you should do or what you shouldn't do, but girls like an athletic build, lean, ripped body, not too ripped as well, all right? And just athletic at the end of the day, look healthy. Sometimes they don't even, most of the girls you talk to, or some of them, they tell you that we don't even like the guys that have those chiseled six-pack. They want a bit of fat and stuff like that. They don't like that hard feeling that you're a rock everywhere at the end of the day. And like he said, what is the price at the end of the day? To look good, to look sexy, or get these compliments. Like you're buying something, right? Everything has a price. When you buy a car, you pay X amount of money, you get a car. You buy a meal, you pay this much money, you get a meal. So what is the price you're going to be paying with your health? Is it worth it? No. But if you put in the work and you stay consistent and you focus on your diet and focus on your training, at the end of the day, it'll take longer, but you'll get there in a more healthy way. And right now, for example, I'm in a position where every other guy thinks I'm on steroids. Hell, he told me he thought that I was on steroids. You know what I mean? But that comes with hard work at the end of the day. There's no shortcuts with anything in life, So if you do take a shortcut, you're going to damage yourself. And no one likes it, trust me. Most of the times you're going to get huge and your whole appearance is going to change, and the girls that you're trying to get, they're not even going to want you. Simple as that, honestly.
Yeah, in the end, it's not like something like money, you're paying money. You're paying your age, your days.
So you're paying with something that is worth much more than some muscles. You know,
Man, if you are not a man, not alpha male, you don't have the power, don't go to the gym, that's it.
exactly.
If you feel you are strong, yeah man, go and do workout, that's it.
No, because you know, it's very good that we talked about this girl stuff because let's be honest, why do people get into working out in the beginning, in the first place? It's to get girls. You know what I mean? It's always to get girls, for guys. So, again, like I said, what you think is going to get girls is not going to get girls.
Let's say
look that you think.
Let's say he get girls, let's say 5 girls.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah.
And then
you know?
what you gonna do after 1 year?
Exactly. But then is that worth it? Shaving down 5-10 years from your life and or being a slave to TRT for the rest of your life? I don't think so. And I can guarantee you, you know, speaking from experience, girls don't like it. They don't like the mass monster steroid look. They don't like it. They like the athletic, you know, slender, lean, borderline ripped physique. That's it.
Man, they want you normal, like you act with them normal. You know, when you play with your hormones, you will be like psycho.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, also, like the girls, they want someone like to laugh with, talk about anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, just normal guy, not someone always tension about. Oh, I'm in my course. Let's say, I'm not in the mood. Don't talk to me. And he always angry. Most of them like this because of, and the reason they use always like because steroids.
No, but imagine if you've got a girlfriend or a girl that you're dating and she finds out, let's say if she's not a gym girl and she doesn't even know, and she finds out that, you know what, you're putting steroids into yourself, and she asks you why, and you tell her that I'm doing it to have bigger muscles, she's going to look at you like you're mad. You know, she's going to look at you like, what the fuck, this guy is crazy, obsessed about himself. Again, like you said, she's going to think that you're a psycho.
Yeah.
You know, so is there a point? I don't think there's a point, to be very honest, you know. Do it for yourself, and after some time you'll enjoy it if you like doing it, and you'll do it for yourself. You're not going to do it for the girls anymore.
Man, if you're not getting something or you're going to stage and you will get a huge money, and like you are very famous and all the companies want to have like to sign with you for something for a business, you don't need to do it.
Exactly.
Those people, they do it because they don't have a choice. This is what. Thank you, Maz. كلام من تجربة ومعلومات مفيدة حلوة. سامحونا طبعا على نهاية الفيديو، كان الميموري مال الكاميرا فل فبندت الكاميرا. أصلا كم مرة بندت الكاميرا. anyway إن شاء الله يعيبكم الفلوج. لا طولنا شوي بس ما كنا مرتبين بصراحة، فجأة من زمان كنا نبى نتمرن ويا بعض وهالمرة ضبطت، فمرة ثانية بيكون في ترتيب أكثر.